Here at Cross Creek Church, our mission is to glorify God by inviting all into God's grace. And we really believe in carrying that out through a strategy of growing in truth, living in community, and serving in God's kingdom. And we thought it'd be good to find out a little bit more about what that means to us and means to those in our church just by asking folks, asking them in particular what it means to live in community.
It would mean sharing with others who live in our church community, not necessarily the development that we're in or our next door neighbor, but in the sphere of people that we have influence in and sharing with them the truth and helping, hands-on, helping those who need help, and realizing that a lot of people need help who don't know they need help.
I think since we've been at Cross Creek, again, about it being for us again, a big part of the community, whether it be our neighbor to the left or our neighbor to the right, our backdoor neighbors, the neighbor across the park, it's been more, I think we've been more intentional about relationships. Yeah. Not necessarily here in the church, but in our community, our neighbors. And I think being a part of Cross Creek has helped with that, which has been exciting.
Life groups, just the friendships that I have been able to build through our life group program have been just phenomenal for me.
Meeting people who you don't realize what needs they have until you get to know them well enough to ask questions. It's not about me, it's about other people, and that's a hard thing to do in today's community. So when you start getting outside yourself and asking yourself what makes other people do what they do, and how do they work together, it's cool because you get to start to see people in ways that you didn't see them before.
I didn't really grow up in a church community, so I didn't really know what a church community was until the last 6 months when I went to the doctor and had an MRI just for a random headache, and the doctor came in and said that I had a brain tumor and that it needed to be removed. I was having brain surgery the next day. I thought my world or my life was coming to an end.
It changed.
Yes,
it changed big time.
Changed for the better, not for the worst, which many people would think, oh my goodness, you have cancer, what in the world? But I've been blessed by so many people in the community, through church. It's just been overwhelming with all the love, support, and prayer. And it's just, from the meals, from Pastor Chris being there, praying by the bedside daily, coming to the house and praying, people bringing us stuff, taking care of the kids. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, and for me, I never, in all the time that going to church growing up, or the time that we were at Cross Creek, I would hear Pastor Chris talking on Sunday, and or the deacons would be talking about different things that we're doing to support missionaries or maybe families in need, and I would hear that stuff, but I never really understood the true meaning of living in a Christian community like I do now. And to go through what we went through, just that roller coaster. Me personally, I've never had anybody in my family that's had cancer, and she hadn't either. So it was just something totally new to us. But it really turned our world upside down. And being a dad with two daughters, 2 and 4, and to have your wife going into surgery for a brain tumor was extremely tough. And but that's where the church really came in. Pastor Chris was there every day at the hospital, praying and at our bedside. We had the church praying behind us.
And then groups.
Our life group was praying. They were helping out with the kids because we were at the hospital for a while. So that was a really, really tough time for us. But the community the community, you know, both our church community and then where we live, you know, everybody came together and just really helped us out. And I mean, and I don't know how we could have made it through it without it. I really don't. And you know, we're still going through it. You know, she's still doing the treatments and chemo and radiation and all that. But like she said, you know, I think that, you know, our scans so far, the scans have been clear. The prognosis is good, and you know, and it's really brought us closer to God, brought us closer to our church family and the community. And so it's really, I think, changed our lives, you know, for the better in some ways.
Exactly, for the better.